Thanks for tuning in to this session of Beyond Bitcoin's Delegate Edition. Giving potential delegates a unique opportunity to discuss their ideas, plans, and goals to help fortify the BitShares ecosystem. If you're a potential delegate and would like to create your own hangout, then please send your request to beyondbitcoin@gmail.com. Are you finding yourself addicted to our hangouts? Need the next fix? Then please vote for our delegate, fuzzy.beyondbitcoin. Again, that's fuzzy.beyondbitcoin. In addition, you can also check out our new website, beyondbitcoinshow.com, for the latest recordings and events. Now let's join in with our featured delegate.
Welcome to another Beyond Bitcoin Hangout. Today is Friday, May 1st, 2015. We are joined by DataSecurityNode of BunkerShares. Up in the woodlands of Canada, DataSecurityNode works inside a bunker designed to withstand the worst of the worst natural and man-made disasters. If there was a safer place to store your information or your funds, I cannot think of one. Owning BunkerShares will bestow many benefits to its holders, but will also help the BitShares community. Data joins us to explain why. He also explains how you can earn BunkerShares without paying a dime. The choice is yours how you get them. Really love this, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the community pulls together to bring his project to life. Why don't you give an introduction to everybody, tell us a little bit about your project, and then we can go from there.
All right, that's fine. Thank you very much, Fuzzy. And my name is Jonathan Bahai. I am known as DataSecurityNode on the forums. I am the president of Follow Complex, the company that owns the 64,000 square foot nuclear bunker. And I'm sure you've heard me say that. If you've gone to bunkershares.ca, you can check that out. And that's what I'm going to be talking about a little bit today in terms of where it's at. Last time I came on to Mumble to talk about it was a long, long time ago. And I was just looking for feedback back then on the entire project, and I got some interesting feedback. And right now, you might have noticed if you've gone to forums that we made a posting in a thread to start a thread, and that was our soft launch. What that was basically just a very soft launch. We released it first to the BitShares community just to get some feedback and to see what would happen. And with that, of course, we got some really constructive criticisms and some good feedback, and we've made some adjustments. And just last week, we've had some updates. So I'm just going to go over a little bit about where BunkerShares is, where it's at, and the updates, and where it's going to be going really soon. Yeah, so just to get started, essentially, if you go to bunkershares.ca, the first thing you're going to see is the landing page and to enter your email address. The reason for that is because we are going to be doing a pre-launch, and we want to be able to notify people when that takes place. And social media and forums and things like that, those are just not reliable channels. So we want to be sure that we have your email address, not just for when the pre-launch takes place, but we're going to be holding a few webinars prior to the pre-launch, so that you can learn more about the more intrinsic parts of BunkerShares and how it works, and why it's such a good investment. So BunkerShares basically it's a pre-sale of vouchers, which can be redeemed for products or services that are available at the bunker. So what that means is that you'll be able to buy these at a discount and then be able to redeem them at a discount rate on the products and services which you normally buy anyway. Things like web hosting, virtual servers, dedicated servers, basically data center products. And because that's essentially what we're offering at the bunker right now. With this offering, though, we'll be expanding that offering to include things like VPN services, cloud storage, and things like that. If you go online, you can see there's lots of information about the bunker itself. We're located in Canada, which means that we are not subject to the U.S. Patriot Act. So the government, the U.S. government doesn't have domain over your data, which it does if you're hosting anywhere in the U.S. We are a nuclear facility, which is a hardened facility, which gives the added infrastructure which is missing from a lot of data centers as well. Basically, that means that if there was any kind of a natural disaster, or a nuclear one for that matter, a man-made disaster, your data would still be protected. And a lot of people, sometimes they might think, well, a data center is fine, yada yada yada. There's some people who think that that's unlikely. But the fact of the matter is, we just saw just a few years ago what happened in New York, where about a half a dozen data centers got totally taken out by a sudden flood. And it had shown the weakness of their backup capabilities, because they all went offline. It took a long time for them to recover, and there was some data loss that took place.
JP Morgan lost some of their contracts and all that good stuff.
There was all kinds of fallout from that event, and that was just one data center. This kind of thing, there's lots of other things that happen at other data centers that don't make the headlines. But that being New York, and the scale of it, of course, attracted some attention. However, there are other threats other than just floodings and whatnot. I mean, we've got recent earthquakes that took place not too long ago. There are data centers that are located close to fault lines, of all things. And of course, there is other natural disasters beyond our control. As far as what's happening in the world, there are things like solar flares, for example, which doesn't make a lot of headlines. But even just a few years ago, the world was very close to being struck by a very strong solar flare from the sun. Which what happens when that takes place is that it causes EMP fluctuations within the atmosphere, which could effectively disrupt electronics, both communications and electronic devices. That's basically that's basically part of what the danger is when a nuclear bomb goes off. Is that it's not just the initial blast radius that takes out everything, but it's the EMP blast that renders all communication and electronics equipment absolutely dead. And with the bunker, essentially we're protected from that, because the entire bunker was designed as what you might call a giant Faraday cage. The infrastructure, even within the very walls themselves, were designed and grounded so that it's a giant grid that just doesn't, that if any kind of EMP event took place, it would just pass right over it, and wouldn't affect anything inside.
Is it correct? Wasn't this bunker actually used as part of Canada's financial infrastructure with the banking system?
It wasn't used for the banking system. It was used by the Department of Defense as part of their gateway communications infrastructure worldwide. Department of Defense and NATO used it as part of their infrastructure also.
Fair enough. For some odd reason, I thought that was the case, but please go ahead.
You might have thought that because the bunker also has a Bank of Canada vault located inside of it. So maybe that was yeah, that's maybe what you were thinking about, because all the bunkers that were these bunkers were designed as part of the government continuity plan. So this one was meant as a regional operational center. There was 5 others that were created across Canada, and one headquartered in Carp, Ontario. And so each one had a Bank of Canada vault built into it. So we have this giant 600 square foot vault that's inside the bunker, which we have plans for also in terms of some service offerings that we might do. So yeah, that's a little bit about the bunker and some of its features. But in terms of BunkerShares, I just want to try to fast track this a little bit and not like drag this on all afternoon or anything like that. Essentially, BunkerShares are a voucher program. Like I said, we're using a user-issued asset on the BitShares network to be able to create this opportunity. And what it means for people who buy it, there's 2 types of buyers for BunkerShares. There are the ones that are, like I said, already using these types of services from data centers, which are basically commodity, like they're basically commonplace products which are in high demand. And the industry for them is only continuing to grow. Data security, the cloud industry are just continuing to grow every single day. There's no sign of it slowing down. It's not about to shrink. So what that means is that it's a high demand product. It's a high demand sector. So the products and services we offer are in demand. The offering we have with being a nuclear facility is a unique value proposition, which most facilities cannot offer, which gives us added value and which gives us a sellable and marketing advantage. And in terms of, so for the people who buy it, and want to be able to get services from the bunker, it means being able to get them at a steep discount, anywhere from 20 to 65% less than what they pay for comparable products in the marketplace today. So that means that if you're paying $20 a month for XYZ virtual server, you would be able to get that from us with a discount somewhere in the neighborhood of $8. So if that's 65%, roughly 65%. So that's just one example, though. There's many other products mentioned. The other type of people who will want to buy BunkerShares are people who are looking at a prospective investment. And this is where it gets interesting. And this is within the last week, we had a recent development in it, and we haven't updated our materials to reflect it yet. What this is that essentially, as far as an investment goes, first off, we are going to be the entire investment happens on the blockchain. So it's on the decentralized exchange. So it's completely transparent. Everybody can see that. There's no way for us to do some kind of market manipulation and whatnot, like a lot of central exchanges and whatnot. And there's besides that, though, buying BunkerShares at the early price and at the early stages in the pre-sale means that you're getting at the lowest level of the price. And as we're going to be continuing to sell, the pre-sale is going to be over a 50-day period. The price is going to be increased. And then at the end of it, we will be selling it at a retail rate ongoing until all the shares are expired, which means that initially you'll be able to buy 100 BunkerShares for 15 cents bit US. And then following that, it's going to increase to 20, then to 25, and to 30, and then eventually we'll be selling at the retail rate of 35 cents. So in the open marketplace, once the open marketplace is opened, people who have bought in the early stages will be able to put them up for sale, and then people will be able to buy them and then redeem them for the products and services, again, at a discount. So that's all fine and good, and that was the original plan when we first did the soft launch. But as we took in feedback and we looked at the whole scenario and thought of ways that it could be improved, that's when we came up with the idea of being able to integrate the entire BunkerShares selling process and the marketplace into our cart. And this is where it gets interesting, because what that means is that think of it this way. Imagine if you'd be able to own a token that would give people discounts on everything that they ever bought going to a website. That's exactly what I'm talking about here. Basically, every time we have a customer that's going to come to our website and order something through our cart, it's immediately going to communicate with the marketplace, with the DEX, and then it's going to look at whatever BunkerShares are available at the lowest price. It's going to apply that price to the customer who is buying at that time, and then it's going to incentivize them to buy as much, because it's going to either apply to that month of service or it's going to apply to the annual service, whatever they choose. And then what will happen is that at that instant, the BunkerShares will be purchased from the DEX and applied to that customer's order. So what that means is that it's a frictionless sale for the people who are looking to sell the BunkerShares, who initially bought it as an investment. So that is something that I'm really excited about, and that is something that I think is going to make a world of difference in terms of the ability to sell and liquidate the BunkerShares after the pre-sale, because that means is that everybody's going to be able to profit from every single order that passes through our cart until the BunkerShares have expired.
This is a pretty complex thing that you're talking about here, and I remember you talking to me about it a little bit already. So you're saying that let's say I go to the website and I want to buy a VPS instance for, let's say a year. You have a deal for a year. What does this do for the user who's purchasing that, if anything?
Okay, so what you're going to see is a retail price that's being advertised, and then you're going to see that there's a discount price that's being advertised for that day. That discount price that's being advertised is based on the market value of the BunkerShares that's being sold that day. So if somebody has BunkerShares they put up for, say, I don't know, say 25 cents each. Okay, so they're looking to make like about let's just make it 30 to make it easy. They're making a 50%. They're making 100% profit on their we'll say 25. So they're going to make a 50% profit on their sale because they bought the BunkerShares at 15 cents, and they put it up for 25. What that means is that the redeeming value of those are going to have a percentage discount on the VM that you purchase. At that rate, I'm just doing we have like a calculation system for it. Just off the top of my head, that rate, you'd be looking at approximately somewhere in the neighborhood of about maybe a 40% discount. Okay, so what that would mean is that when you're coming to our site to purchase something, you're going to see special today only 40% off virtual servers. So you're like, wow, I better order it now. So you go through the cart system. It's going to apply that discount at the cart, and it's going to say you can either have this discount for this month, right, and pay your monthly fee, or you can have this a discount applied to your entire purchase and prepay for the entire year, annual payment and whatnot. There's lots of people that would rather do that with 40% off. If you want to put it on your credit card, you're going to be ahead of your interest, so that probably makes sense, right? So so what would happen then is that when you go through that purchase, our cart system is going to immediately communicate with the DEX, buy back those BunkerShares to apply that discount, and then you're going to get your virtual server without even knowing that you had gotten that discount from the BunkerShares opportunity.
So let's say BunkerShares price goes up. Is the discount then going to be higher or lower to the user, to me, as the person who's buying the VPS?
Yeah, there's two factors that are going to go into play in the marketplace. You got two things happening. Number one, you'll have sellers that are competing with each other on being the first in line to have their shares sell. So they're going to give give competition to each other to undercut one another on the price. Depending on what kind of seller they are, right? If they're long term and they can wait, and then they'll set the price at whatever they just want to get back, and they can just sit back and wait until that happens. The second factor that's going to apply to that is that the higher the price goes, the lower the discount will be to the end user. So if the sellers are incentivized, if the sellers want to be incentivized to move their BunkerShares quickly, then they're going to want to lower the price on the return that they're looking to get. If they want to, that way, that's going to give a steeper discount on what's applied to the products that people purchase. If they want it to, if they're okay to wait, if they think that, a 10% discount is reasonable enough, then I'll get a good return, and they can wait for a little bit, then that's what will happen. So really, it will be up to the market to decide how steep of a discount will be applied to the purchases and how much of an incentive that's going to create to the end users. All the while, we'll be continuing to market it. So this is the returns on it. This is essentially what we've done is we've taken the BunkerShares and we've turned it into a marketing opportunity to further enhance our sales process.
And it also seems like as the price goes lower, what it's going to do is it's going to push the value of them up, which is really interesting.
Yeah, it's not just, this is just one selling channel. You're going to see the marketplace buying and selling between themselves, right? You're going to see people who are going to be buying and selling to one another because they want to be able to have their BunkerShares positioned in our cart, knowing that it's going to sell off. Some people will be long-term players where they're like, you know what, I want to have I want to have $10,000 sitting in BunkerShares because I know that over the course of the year they're going to sell product, and the amount of volume that they see is going to sell that off. So it's really simple to understand. There's no like what if this, what if that. The volumes are going to the volumes will happen one way or another, whether the BunkerShares are there or not. But for people to have them there, it's a huge investment opportunity, and it's a frictionless process, which means that instead of people, I like to compare it to having a toll booth on the highway. People who have BunkerShares are like the token holders to this toll booth that we're setting up in our car, and every time somebody passes through it, they're going to have to take those tokens. In the past, everybody would have had to gone into the DEX, create a BitShares user, buy the BunkerShares, go back to the website, and then apply them to get that discount. Now with what we've done, basically they have an easy pass, and they're just automatically going to have that applied to their purchase as they go through. So they might only apply it to the first month's purchase, but in the future, if they want to apply it to their future invoices, then they want to go and become a BitShares user and then actually buy directly from the DEX to apply to their purchases. So yeah, in terms of the BunkerShares sale, we are going to be accepting all forms of bit. Like we're going to be accepting bit assets, BTS, and we're also going to be accepting Bitcoin, of course, and PayPal. This offering is not just a crypto offering. This is a worldwide offering. We're going into several different markets. The markets that we've identified as the most receptive are internet marketers, webmasters, the survivalist industry, and investors. So these are going to be areas where crypto doesn't have a huge amount of following, and so PayPal, straight credit card purchases, Interact for people who are in Canada. These are accepted forms of payment to be able to get BunkerShares. So it's going to cut right across. And the hope in doing this, in terms of what it does for BitShares, is that in order for people to to get their BunkerShares and hold them, they've got to have a BitShares account. So this is going to turn BunkerShare buyers into BitShare users, and then that's going to introduce them to the whole BitShares ecosystem without having to go through Bitcoin.
What's interesting to me about how you've done this with the cart is it actually, in a way, creates almost like a fiat gateway. You know what I mean? Where people are purchasing with the tools that they already have in their hands, that are pretty easy for them. You know what I mean? So if I can still use my credit card, correct?
You can use your credit card.
And it'll still be creating more volume on the BitShares network in turn because of that.
Correct.
So by offering a service that literally could be used by all cryptocurrencies and all, like for instance, if I'm a person who's building infrastructure for any of these cryptocurrencies out there, or a tool, a utility of some sort, I need a VPS, or maybe, for instance, we have a web server that's up and running that we need for what we're doing here. It's essentially enabling us to create this volume by bringing in people who are crypto friendly. It doesn't matter what crypto flag you hold above your head. It doesn't matter if you have a crypto flag. You're still using crypto and BitShares.
That's right. We will be. I mean, besides accepting credit cards, of course, we are going to be accepting BitUSD assets and BTSs as payment as well. So that's a bit of a big deal in itself, I guess, because we need more merchants that are going to accept that in order to get greater adoption. So as a data center, making that the choice of making that the preferred choice for payment, it's going to offer some really interesting and unique headlines for us to go out in terms of our media coverage. But in terms of what you just mentioned, we're kind of like a fiat gateway. That's not too far off from some of the ideas we have in terms of what we can do afterwards. As part of the project for BunkerShares, we do talk about creating a Bunker Labs, which would be focused on taking blockchain and BitShares specific technologies and applying them to business solutions for existing businesses. And one of the major things that, of course, we need are more on ramps and off ramps. And with what we're creating with this card system for BunkerShares, it's just a stone's throw away from being able to become a gateway for the Canadian marketplace. So we are looking at the possibility of introducing fiat gateway services to BitShares for the Canadian marketplace using this technology. It would just take a few more adjustments, and of course, creating more elaborate banking relationships and whatnot to get that established. But it's not far off. And so basically, after the BunkerShares sale, part of our mandate will be to look at implementing, taking the technology and applying it to fiat gateways, and looking at the possibility of also taking that same technology and applying it to other businesses online.
Out of curiosity, well, first off, I'll say this. I've been thinking a lot about this, and it seems that businesses accepting this are like you said, it's a stone's throw away from a fiat gateway, a straight out fiat gateway. And in my mind, the more projects that we have like this going with this type of functionality, the more that fiat gateways are going to look at us and say, well, they're really close already. Why not jump on board and offer this gateway directly for them? You know what I'm saying?
You're right, and you're absolutely right. It's all it really takes are a couple of players to come on the scene to start getting others' attention on the matter. Hopefully, what we create with this will be something that garners enough attention. That's a good observation, Fuzz.
Oh, I'm full of them. I don't know if you've noticed, but everything that comes out of my mouth is either brilliant or stupid. Joking. But it's really valuable because people don't really, we sit here and we think about these things, and what you brought up was really important, right? It's a stone's throw away, is what you said, but I hadn't thought about that until you said it's a stone's throw away. It's very, very close to already being there, and just that closeness to being there will kind of validate the people who are interested in these types of gateways but might otherwise shy away. You know what I mean? Because somebody's already gone halfway there. Now, what excuse do I have for not opening it up? Especially if this turns out to be very valuable and turns out to be very successful, right? Like, these are the reasons why we bring people like you on here to talk about this stuff, because what you're doing is you're teaching the community the value of, different methods, and you might not even intentionally be doing it. But that's the end result, right? You're teaching us what you're learning, and we're teaching each other from, it's a really pretty cool type of mutual relationship that we've got in this community and what we're doing. So I'm really pumped up for it. I do have one question. Were you here for Endoling when we were talking about PayPal and their intellectual property issues?
Yeah, I caught something about that.
Does that concern you at all, or is it to you a non-issue that people are making bigger than it needs to be, or where do you stand on it?
I haven't looked into it close enough to really have an opinion on it. When I hear about changes like that, usually people, when they pick up on it, they take it to an extreme and kind of see it through a bit of a I can't think of the word I'm thinking of right now, but they see it through
colored goggles.
Yeah, tinted. Yeah, there's kind of a tinted lens to how they're seeing it, and it affects the real overall. It's not seeing the forest from the trees per se. And usually these get picked out of much bigger types of terms. But I'm not. I'll probably look into it after this and try to make sense of it myself. But it's nothing specifically I'm overly concerned with. I mean, once money hits PayPal, I take it right out as quick as possible. So I don't leave it there for long. And then after that, PayPal can do what it likes. I'm not sure how. Making terms that are as far-reaching as possibly like owning other people's intellectual rights is something that could even be enforceable just off the top of my head. But like I said, I would have to look at it.
The reason I bring it up isn't to demean the project or anything. It's just, these are concerns that we have, and it's nice to also hear the other side of it, because I'll tell you right now, it scares the crap out of me. The fact that they even consider it, and it's it's just another reason for us to look at what we're doing and say we need to continue doing it, because if we don't do it, these crazy people who somehow find their way into positions of power are going to keep trying to assert these ridiculous rights over our own property, and our own, like you said, like these far-reaching intellectual property right thievery, if that's what we can call it. But that might be something that, like you said, it might not be enforceable. It might go to a place in legislation where it's batted down, and the people who the judges look at it and say this is absolutely ridiculous. I'm very interested in watching it, and I would hope that you will be watching it too. I will say that, just because these are things that I don't know how it was going to work out for you, being outside of the realm of the Patriot Act and all that good stuff, if that even has anything to do with it. But I would love to hear more from you on these types of points in the future, as you continue, because I'm sure you're going to continue researching on it. And you probably have lawyers that you're talking to as well. So if you could kindly keep that close to your chest and try to figure it out, and then maybe we can talk about it at some point in the future, that would be awesome.
Well, as we explore the possibility of becoming a fiat gateway for the Canadian marketplace, these are issues we're going to have to address. And becoming a fiat gateway to BitShares is something which, I mean, you can be as worried about these things, but at the end of the day, I mean, you can fight them over their own business model, or you can just move everybody out of it. And that's, I think, what we're all doing here at BitShares, is that we're trying to create a separate system from the ones like PayPal that are centralized, that are able to pull off things like this. So,
amen, brother.
Yeah, so I mean, like with a fiat gateway, like I'm talking about, we'd be looking at targeting probably mostly young people. I mean, we just in the last, some people here know that just in this last week there were 2 news events over the course of the week talking about the rising fees in banking in Canada, and what's happening is the banks aren't making enough money on the interest anymore, so they're turning to fees. And there's business owners that are now getting gouged like crazy. Everybody's getting these notices of these brand new fees that are outrageous, and lots of people are looking for alternatives. I'm sure it's not just happening in Canada, and it's happening in other parts of the world, but as far as, from a legal standpoint, that's pretty much as far as I can reach because of all the money laundering laws and things like that. So I would sooner just aim at this marketplace where we can operate, quote unquote, safely. So beyond that. beyond that, though, I think that once we look into that and we establish our fiat network to interface with the BitShares network, I think it's possible that beyond being able to offer accounts to people where they're going to make deposits that are going to be held in BitCAD on the BitShares network, I think that's going to be interesting, and we're going to see some amazing things come out of that. But with our BunkerShares offering and what we're doing with the cart, I'm thinking about possibilities that could be for various businesses in the country and how they can take that same they could take this business model which we've created and be able to apply it to their own business so that they could enhance their sales and marketing strategy, and also take advantage of the decentralized platform, and also look at making BitShares a preferred method of payment. Because transaction costs, I tell you, man, like I'm in business, and I can't believe how much at the end of the year I look at the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that have just gone into transaction fees, and it's insane. And unfortunately for business people, it's just a reality. And then you look at what's going on with BitShares, it's like, what, half a penny? And it's like, it's not even. And so the ability to move money and take transactions and not have to worry about some institution possibly freezing it and whatnot, it's quite compelling for especially for businesses now that are looking for ways to minimize their expenses, because it's a tough climate still. So they need to find ways that they can better compete. And if we can provide a gateway service where young people can open an account, they could either use their cell phones, or we can issue debit cards or types of Visa cards that power their accounts so that they can purchase wherever they go. That's huge, and that's going to allow BitShares to go far beyond far beyond just at the point of sale. We'll be able to take advantage of the existing infrastructure and just kind of funnel it our way, so to speak.
It's really an interesting way of doing it. It's essentially using the current infrastructure to get people into the new infrastructure that is going to run circles around the old infrastructure and all the terrible things that it's trying to do to stay alive. And like you said, when transaction fees are significantly lower, guess what happens? Business models make it so the way that you not having to pay all these extra transaction fees means that it goes back to the customer's pockets as well. You can offer your services at a more competitive rate, and it just makes more businesses want to join up and be as competitive as you, which is an amazing thing that I don't think that we really talk about a lot. And I don't think that a lot of people recognize that that's possible, or at least most of the forum members aren't talking about it right now. So I'm really interested in what you guys are doing. I'm going to buy some, and I've also this is just me. I'm not telling everybody to buy it, but do what you want to do. And I'm really pumped up more whenever you tell us this stuff, because a lot of this stuff isn't even things that I've considered until you started talking today. Really cool stuff, man. Do you have? Whenever I went on your site, you had a referral code, correct? So people can actually refer others and get something out of it if they reach a certain limit. Do you want to tell them about that? Everybody about that?
Yeah, sure. Essentially, we've created a refer program. What that does is every time you refer, there's a whole contest going on, actually, and this is going to go on during the entire pre-sale. You refer 5 people to just look at the BunkerShares opportunity. We'll send you a $20 coupon, which you can apply to any kind of purchases at DataSecurityNode. And we'll also send you a exclusive PDF layout of one of the levels of the bunker, which is really cool. It's in its original 1970s layout of how it operated back then. And then we'll also give you 1,000 BunkerShares free. So it's a good way to be able to get BunkerShares for free. And all it takes is just referring 5 people to look at the opportunity. If you continue beyond that and you continue to promote it, though, we're going to be ongoing during the pre-sale, offering prizes to the top referrers. And we give more details on that on the website. Essentially, there's a first, second, and third prize where you can get things like cloud storage for half a year free, and BunkerShares to the tune of like 20,000 BunkerShares, I think, is one of the top prizes. So it's a really competitive offer, and it's something that the internet marketing crowd is kind of salivating to go after, and it's really referral programs are what they're all about, right? So that's something that they're really excited about. For other markets like investors and survivalists and whatnot, not so much, but it's certainly something appealing to internet marketers and people who are looking to take advantage of that. And of course, it's anybody. It's a nice way if you want to talk about BunkerShares to get a little something in return.
Well, for the survivalists, you could always throw in a Bowie knife. That might sweeten the deal. But all joking aside, is there any way that if somebody wants to work with you, they can contact you?
Yeah, absolutely. If you go to the site, if you've gone through the BunkerShares site, we offer in the investor documentation, there's a value proposition document. All the details of our contact information are provided in there. Telephone number, Skype, you name it. You can contact me through there. We'll also be giving more contact details in the site itself also. So feel free to contact me if you want to work with me. I'm totally open to hearing any kind of propositions. Talk is free. And so I always leave the door open to that.
Can you give the address another time, just so the people? Spell it out, buddy. Let's make it as easy as possible for anybody who's interested in contacting you or in going to the site.
www.bunkershares.ca. So again, it's just www.bunkershares.ca. And you could reach me through there, and there it is. Someone printed it up. Good. And if you want to Skype me, you could also contact Skype. You can search for DataSecurityNode, and you'll find us through there. And I'm also always here on Mumble, and you can find me in the BitShares forum under the alias DataSecurityNode. You have a Facebook page and a Twitter account? Oh yes, we have all that stuff too. We have there's twitter.com/BunkerShares CA, and we also have the Facebook page BunkerShares, Facebook/BunkerShares. So we can be reached through both of those actually. If a user doesn't necessarily have a huge Facebook following, but they have a huge Twitter following, they can leverage that to maybe get some free BunkerShares and some cool memorabilia. Yeah, we have geared the promotional system to enable people to either log in with their Facebook account or to log in with their Twitter account. So either way is fine, and that way they can qualify to get the refer prize. Really, really awesome. I could talk to you all day, and I would most likely start getting off topic. Is there anything that anybody here would like to ask or bring up? This is also for everybody here, and to feel free to speak up and ask their question, or to ask it in the chat box on the left-hand bottom side of Mumble. So if you have anything, please let me and Data know. If not,
data. It's up to you if you'd like to make any final statements or ask any questions to the community or anything. The ball's in your court, buddy.
I think I've pretty much covered everything we need to. I'm happy to answer any questions anybody might have, but it looks like there aren't too many questions. I think I've covered everything pretty well, and a lot of people who have already gone into forums, they've been able to ask questions and get answers there too. Basically, I would encourage everyone to go to bunkershares.ca, sign in, take advantage of the referral program, but if not, sign in so that you can get notified about when we're having our webinars. And the webinars will be coming up very soon. And then following that, of course, we're going to be sending notification about the day that the actual pre-sale takes place. And because it's a 50-day sale, the lowest prices will be at the very beginning. And we're hoping for a really good turnout. So far, the response we've had now that we have this card system is really quite receptive. So I'm quite excited about the prospects of what's about to happen once we start the pre-sale. And now that we've pretty much done our soft launch, over the course of the next week, you're going to see us get into the pre-launch, which means that we're now going to take this message out to all our target markets, and you're going to see much more media coverage. Don't be surprised if you start seeing all kinds of new users poking up in BitShares just because of this, because we'll be reaching out to a much larger market that probably never even heard of BitShares before, and they'll be wanting to poke around and find out more about what's going on here. So that's a really exciting part too. I'm very excited about the synergies that I'm bringing to this project in terms of what it'll do for BitShares and what it'll do for BunkerShares at the same time.
So my understanding is that you already had existing customers and ongoing cash flow even before you started working on BunkerShares. Is that correct?
That's right. We've been in the business for several years now, and it's the web hosting business specifically. We do primarily virtual servers and dedicated servers. Our customer base has been founded on referrals. Basically, over the years, we've had customers referring other customers, and we've kept out of the public. Like, we don't spend a lot of time in terms of marketing and forums and things like that. So our user base has been with us for many years, and so we are already in business, and the bunker already has what's called tier 2 uptime availability. That's for a lot of hosting operations, but for most data centers that people that most people want is at least a tier 3 uptime availability. And so by doing this pre-sale, not only will we be building a larger user base, but we'll also be able to at the same time increase the infrastructure availability for the services we're providing.
And does your existing user base have the opportunity to buy BunkerShares?
Absolutely. There's no reason for us to limit any of our customers from doing so. The thing is that, and this is an interesting question. Some people think, well, why aren't they just going to turn around and buy BunkerShares and then cut down, and then you're gonna lose out on your cash flow. This is where the whole idea of the cart system came in, because the fact of the matter is, a lot of people just aren't going to bother. When it comes to taking steps like that, maybe some small operators who are looking to save some money might try that, but most people at the end of the day, from the convenience perspective, they just want to kind of put in their PayPal and be done with it and move on. They're not interested in getting to be a user of something or whatever. And so they'll have the opportunity, just like everybody else, to buy into BunkerShares. But I think personally, a lot of them just are going to choose not to.
Okay, so your existing user base is mostly web hosting, is that correct?
Virtual servers and dedicated servers, yes. We don't do very much shared hosting.
And what is their terms of service? Like, do they pay for a month at a time or a year at a time, or is it a mix, or what?
It's a mix.
Anything less than a month?
No, we don't offer billing anything less than a month right now.
And they all pay in advance, is that correct?
Yes, that's right. You would start off a month, and what we do is we bill at the beginning of the month, and the invoice is due after 6 days. So we give them a net 6 term. That's to address any kind of issues with possible cancellations or billing issues and whatnot. And then at the end of that term, then the billing goes through.
Okay, that's it for me.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff.
I'm going to answer BitFan's question. How do 5 referrals work on BitShares? Basically, what will happen is that when you sign in with your email, you'll be asked to log in with Facebook or Twitter. There's the 2 options there. Then what will happen is that you'll be emailed a personal link, which you can use for your referral. Then you pass that on to others, and then when they sign in and log in with Twitter or Facebook, then then what will happen is that'll count as a referral in the program. So all they have to do is log in through that channel, and then because after they go through that channel, they'll go on to see the BunkerShares opportunity with our really cool video and everything else that we've made for it. So that's all there is to it. They don't have to actually buy BunkerShares or anything like that. They just enter their email and log in with Twitter or Facebook, and done.
Did you change anything, Data? The last time I checked the site, you had something on there regarding the actual awards.
Yeah, the introductory video, I changed it. It's a brand new video that I posted just earlier this week. But the awards and the different levels in the contest, those are all available once you go in.
Gotcha.
We also send detail and all that in the emails as well that go out with your referral link.
Data, we should talk hosting. Specifically, would you be interested in Data, you got a server? Because I want to deploy something onto it and make your brain go.
Yes, we have many.
Can you provide me basically a root login to a server so I can make your brain go blah, 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 blah. It's better shown than explained.
You need a virtual server or a dedicated server?
Virtual's fine. 2 or 4 gigs, 8's even better. It's a fairly memory intensive thing. What I want to show you is the way that we're going to host apps at this new enterprise that we're starting, clouds.io. It's based on a multi-cloud orchestration system. The whole company is based on the multi-cloud orchestration system. And what I want to try doing is making a node inside of your network a part of the multi-cloud orchestration system and see what the performance characteristics are like. I think that I can give you, I do mean give, a new product line to sell.
Sure, we can test that out. Are you looking for Ubuntu variety or CentOS?
Not Ubuntu or CentOS. Can you do CoreOS?
I don't have any images offhand for that, but I can certainly look into it.
All right, I can handle Ubuntu. If that is like something that you can spin up immediately, because it should take, let's see, if it's Ubuntu, it takes a little longer than CoreOS, but probably like 15 minutes, and I think you'll go. Blah, blah, blah.
Sounds good. I want to hear Data go. Blah.
Blah.
Don't do it yet. You got to be impressed before you do it, man.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll get that to you for that within the hour, and we'll talk more.
Hell yeah, cool. That's all I really wanted to say to you. I think, though, okay. Actually, no, maybe it's a little bit more. Dude, what we're doing right now, we're trying to shake up the hosting business. And I suppose that you would want to be on the right side of this. How do I put this? We're trying to break the model of selling VMs. And we're also trying to make it a matter of course for hosting companies to pay open source developers. Here's how we're doing that. Now we're going to be a hosting company, and we're going to pay open source developers. We're going to sell no virtual machines, no dedicated servers. Instead, we're going to sell the meat. We're going to sell app hosting, web app hosting. And you know what Docker is?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to use Docker. And do you know Docker's big advantage? Do you know, well, there's simplicity. That's true. It's a lot more simple to set up a lot of web apps with Docker. Another advantage that it has is that each host will consume only the amount of memory it needs at any given time. So with a virtual machine, you have fixed amounts of memory reserved for the virtual machine. With a Dockerized application, it's dynamic, it expands and shrinks. So we're going to bill our customers usage style based on their usage of RAM and CPU and bandwidth. For most of them, it's going to turn out to be cheaper. We're also going to give a portion of the hosting fees directly in whatever currency or cryptocurrency they'd like to the application developer. What we're trying to do is boost the value of open source code because we see it as the most valuable type of code, hands down. These people, they create code and give it to the world, and sometimes they don't get paid at all. And so we'd like to fix that. And in the case, I've met a developer who, he didn't want to be paid. So you know what he told me to do with the money? Give it to EFF. That's a great idea too.
That is great.
Anyway, if I can make this work on your infrastructure, basically what I'm thinking is, yeah, dude, be a node in our hosting network.
Sure. Actually, it's not unlike what we're already doing. We've got partnership arrangements with other cloud infrastructure, actually, that would allow us to expand our control panel so that if you sign on with DataSecurityNode to set up a cloud server within our network, you would also be able to set up servers around the world. We would essentially be connected to a marketplace of data centers worldwide. And again, you'll be able to redeem that with BunkerShares. So another advantage people will have to our system. But we do have an agreement in place with an existing company. It's not preclusive. I'm all for testing out and testing out various networks and their advantages and disadvantages because the space is moving so quickly and there's so many new technologies. Trying to position yourself with one thing or another, it's just gonna get you killed. So I'm all for testing out various things in parallel while we provide a stable, optimized, and secure platform for production operations for our customers.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't suggest that you be exclusive. You offer cloud hosting, so yeah, do test it in parallel. I don't mean switch all your systems over. No way. This is a business experiment.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
As always, keep us up to date if you find out anything cool, and we'll get it out there or we'll help you. Thank you everybody for showing up today to the Beyond Bitcoin Hangouts.